Hi guys, today we were supposed to do a live stream, but unfortunately, due to some personal events, I'm only able to do a recording. And this recording and this video will end up with your first AI marketing assignment. I won't. This will be rather quick compared to the live streams, but I'm sure that you'll find some value in it. This is something that I wanted to cover before we get into the weeds of all these marketing channels, of all the tactics, all the tools that we use. I just want to like this like a ground floor where we start, because some folks are just starting out in this journey. And yeah, I wanted to make it. I kind of like share my thoughts on some of these things. So our lesson for today is all marketing channels work. I'm sure that you'll, throughout your career, talk to people or talk to business owners or your bosses, your managers, or even amongst yourselves when it comes to your businesses. And, they'll be like, this channel does not work. This channel does not work for this business. That is somewhat true, but mostly false. I'm saying mostly, like 90% of the time, it just means that person hasn't given enough time, effort, resources into developing that channel. I'm sure, for some businesses, certain channels will not work for whatever reason, but those are just a minority. And I wanted to kind of go over all of these channels, so you can understand like what's it all about. And we'll get into like every single one of these channels. We'll talk about them in the coming lectures, and like we'll get into how they perform, what you should do in every single one of them. But to just kind of set the ground floor, let's cover all of them just briefly. So first one that I want to cover is obviously the one that I'm most biased to because of FlyRank, of course, is organic search, which equals SEO, which equals search engine optimization. Yesterday, we had a lovely live stream with a lovely SEO Steve Wiedemann. He's been an expert for 28 years or so in SEO, and so go check that live stream, yesterday's live stream on YouTube, and where we talk more about SEO. But we will in the future cover it as well. Right now, like traditionally, it was just Google and obviously Bing, but nobody, a few people use Bing, and mostly people use Google. So this was how it used to look like. Actually, I wanted to on purpose. This is how it used to look like. So you would only have like 10 links, 10 results on the first page of Google. On the second, third, and so on, nobody cares mostly. But like the first page of Google is what matters. So you used to have something like this, and you would type in a keyword, and I here just type dentist Sarajevo, where I'm from, and obviously you see there's these two are the first results, and obviously there's there's eight more. Then Google introduced for these local businesses included Google Maps within the Google search results page. So yeah, this is also something we can optimize for, something that we can work towards to. And there's, of course, at the top, there's sponsored results. So this is not SEO, this is not organic, this is paid placement. PPC. I mean, it's you have to pay for it to be there. So we'll disregard it for now. There's also sponsored here as well, as if you might have noticed. But there's all of these things like reviews and additional information you can put in, like to actually get recommended by Google and get placed within these results. Because I mean, obviously, majority of these businesses, like let's say these three that are organic, will get the majority of traffic, calls, like website go visits to the website and so on. And then there's ChatGPT. Obviously, this is a new thing in SEO, I guess, and somebody called it AEO or GEO and AI SEO. It doesn't really matter what you call it. I mean, SEO Steve yesterday mentioned like the differences between those terms, but it's been used so loosely, honestly, in the industry, so it doesn't really matter for that matter. In our opinion, it's just SEO, and then the whatever happens new, it just gets added onto the SEO part. So you have to be expert. You used to be have you used to be only have to be expert in Google algorithm, but now you have to be expert in other algorithms as well, like ChatGPT, Gemini, Claude, and so on. Um, Here, obviously, ChatGPT is also evolving, so it's changing. But Best Dentist in Sarajevo produces also a map. That's a few recommendations. Then everything else that ChatGPT does. So we want to be here as well. And you might see Reddit here creeping up. That's just a foreshadowing. We'll talk more about that in the future when we cover this topic. But yeah, getting recommended here and here is incredibly important, and it's free because it's organic. Somebody typed it and they ended up there. So, and I put here, like, be there when people are searching for an answer. So that's basically it. Somebody's ready to buy, somebody's ready to make a purchase, to come to your store, so on. So you want to be there, and it's free. Like, this placement for this brand is free. Like this one, both this one, and yeah, this one. They may have paid some backlinks or some stuff, but this is free for them, and it will always be free unless competition comes in and swoops them and comes at the top. So the next, I guess, channels would be paid ads. I mean, this is what drives internet, and what all of these companies, how all of these companies make money, especially, like, let's say Meta. Meta is, I mean, absolutely uh, a giant in this space, and obviously everybody knows about Facebook and Instagram because of these ads, and it's how they get to make money, for the most part, at least. I didn't want to, like, put random screenshots of, like, ads, them. I wanted to put, like, a meta ad library, and this, actually, I'll write it here. Oof, oh, we have to do something. So it's meta ad library, and let me decrease the size. Yeah. Okay, so this is Meta Ad Library. If you Google it, then you can open it for yourself. It's completely free, and then you can just choose any brand, type it in, and see what Meta ads they're running. Meta, of course, assumes both Facebook and Instagram. This is just a channel that, I mean, performs really, really well. There have been some changes in recent history when it comes to their algorithms and stuff, but yeah, I'm sure you've scrolled through Instagram and Facebook and saw a bunch of ads. So yeah, these businesses are investing a lot of money to be there, and rightfully so. Quick hydration breaks, all right. Then we are moving on to Google Ads, and just by the way, we'll cover Meta Ads in greater detail. Google Ads. This is the ones, sponsored results that I was showing you before. This would be a search campaign. So when search is something, you end up in the search results. But there's also display campaigns. So that would be when you open, like a news article, and there's, like, on the sides, there's all of these ads. That will be display campaigns. Shopping campaigns as well. You can buy from Google, and YouTube as well, because YouTube is owned by Google. So everything can be run from Google Ads, from a Google Ads account. There's a big difference between these two. So yeah, we'll cover that more in the coming sessions. And obviously, all the other platforms. I didn't want to go one by one because the principles remain the same, but it's a social media, or there's a platform where people are, visiting all of the time. So you have to be there, or you'd like to be there at least. There's a difference between, obviously, TikTok and LinkedIn and Reddit and X, all of the and Snapchat, like all of these. There's a difference, like what type of audience goes there. You have to think about those things, because there's often a misconception, I would say, that TikTok is only for kids, and there's no point of, like, advertising there because it's only for kids. That's not true. That's not true. People find apartments there, and then they reach out to the real estate company and they buy an apartment. People buy cars there. People buy businesses. People buy, make partnerships. So TikTok is a sleeping giant, I would say, in the B2B world, in business to business world. Reddit, again, same, different, completely different from all of these other ones, and yeah. But you can pay for your placements there. There's then email and SMS, and this one I kind of divided, and these are two huge topics, but I divided them in, like, just for your, I guess, overview. Retention. You can use email and SMS, and by the way, this is by far the most profitable channel. So ROI, like return on investment, on average is 36. So that means for every dollar you spend on email and SMS, you get 36 back if you do it right, of course. So email and SMS are being used for two things. One is retention, and the second one is outreach. And there's a big difference. Retention is when you already have a customer, or somebody left their email with your website, your form, and they're asking basically some questions. So they've shown interest. Maybe you run a dental office. Somebody left the form. Hey, I need the I need my crowns, or I need my whatever. How much is it gonna cost? And then you respond to them. So that would be retention and nurturing. Like they are ready to buy, or are aware that they need something, or they have already bought something. So you have their email or their number, and then you can contact them from time to time. There has to be some, of course, you know, you have to be careful not to annoy them, and to be always helpful when running discounts. Be not super aggressive. Sometimes aggressive, but not super aggressive all the time. And yeah, so that's like retention. How to make more money out of the existing customers. So somebody bought or something already or shown interest. How do we make more money from them? And outreach, this is a completely different thing. So this is when you're reaching out to people who are not your customers, or have, for most of the part, most commonly have not shown any interest to your business. So this is completely cold. In the industry, we call that cold outreach. When they know nothing about you, you're just reaching out to them. There's also warm outreach, when they already have seen you somewhere, or maybe already spoke to you at some point. So you're reaching out. Warm outreach is good. Cold outreach is hard, and is good as well, but it has to be done tastefully, and of course in accordance with the laws, because depending on the countries and states, you have to be careful not to violate those personal laws that you calling somebody, or you emailing them without their permission. But yeah, outreach is mostly, in this case, I mostly meant that somebody is not your customer. They may have learned about you somewhere in the past, but yeah, you're reaching out to them, and being like, hey, I have this solution, do you have this problem? Then there's social organic. I didn't want to go too deep into this. You already know. You all do doom scroll, I'm sure. So yeah, TikTok, Instagram, YouTube, X, LinkedIn, all of the Reddit, all of the platforms, wherever you are just sharing your story, your career, your updates, and just making these organic posts. This is again, so social organic is super important as well. There's also borrowed media, where you're reaching through someone else's audience, most commonly influencers. Oh my god, oh, I've discovered this amazing skincare routine, and check this out. So that will be like a hook for some of these influencers and their videos, and then they promote your products. Partnerships, I mean, in B2B world, they are super important. So our company FlyRank does something, some other company does something else, but we have to share the same clients. So we just like make recommendations for each other. It's amazing. And affiliate, it's basically when you're either an influencer, or somebody that's just has an audience for whatever reason. You give them a percentage of every sale they make, or you make, it doesn't matter, but you pay them to access their audience. So that's affiliate as well. Stop asking which channel is best, and what job you're ask what job you're hiring a channel to do. No single channel does all of them. That's why my point. Like, don't just be too dismissive. Like, hey, this doesn't work. Just try it. Give it a chance. At least if you have money and time. Okay, so the funnels and how channels work together. In my first session, I mentioned that there's on average 7 touch points before a customer makes a purchase, or becomes your customer or your user. Doesn't really matter. uh, these channels have to work together. It's always easy to say, oh, okay, this make no sales, but was this point of that channel, of that ad or that thing, to make sales? Maybe not. Maybe it was just supposed to be top of funnel, which we'll cover here. Is people have to see you multiple times. They saw your post on LinkedIn, then they saw your ad on Instagram while doom scrolling. then they maybe go to your website, leave their email, but they are still not sure. So you email them, hey, you did this, yada yada yada. And then once they visited your website, you can retarget them. So use ads to kind of show your face, your business, while they're doing something else. So yeah, like all of these channels have to work together, of course. And there's like a thing called like the purchase funnel, or like marketing funnel, doesn't really matter. But everybody is here, like, or not everybody, but you want as many people as possible here, awareness, and not all of those people will come into action, unfortunately. Yeah, but yeah, it's basically funneling down. There's going to be the most amount of people here, then less here, and now obviously the customers will be at the end, and yeah, some people will drop off here as well. um, there's all of these channels running, like SEO, emails, paid, organic social posting. All of those will attribute to some level to awareness. Some posts, when you make them on Instagram, they're just for awareness. They're just for building trust, for example. And then you might hit these people up with ads. So maybe just selling them, just explaining what the problem is in the first place. So that's where the most of the people will be here. They're not even aware that they have a problem, for example, or they're not even aware of your brand that resolves that problem. So you're just getting their attention, getting their eyeballs to the thing, either a solution or a problem, or your business. Then there's interest, obviously, through copywriting, through ads, creatives, images. You create like some level of interest, grabbing their attention somehow. Obviously, once you have their attention, then you have to figure out how to get them to buy something. Especially, or like for example, like back in the day, it was like fidget spinners. It became a massive boom, and everybody was aware of it. Some were interested. Obviously, a bunch of kids had the desire. They had like they wanted to buy something, to buy those fidget spinners right away, and most of their parents did buy them fidget spinners. So it's just all of these. You have to be aware when you're creating something, either for a blog post or a social post or ad, what level are you targeting? And this was, again, I borrowed this image from singlegrain.com. I just want to put the, give thanks to them as well. PPC funnel stages. So top of funnel, middle of funnel, and bottom of the funnel. And this is just for ads, but honestly applies to all of these channels. Top of funnel, awareness. Middle of funnel is interest, consideration, and bottom of the funnel is intent, conversion. Some of these will have 3, 5, 4, 6, 7 levels. It doesn't really honestly matter. Uh, it depends on the business, of course. So some businesses sell products that are more complicated, so you have to do more levels. Some are pretty simple, like T-shirts, and it's just a few of these levels. But yeah, when you're creating an ad that's, for example, for awareness, you have to be as broad as possible to get as many people aware of you. And then once it goes down through the ads, and then when you're making ads for like bottom of the funnel, is like, hey, I know if you have this problem, reach out to me. I have an exact solution. Then you show the solution. So this is basically when somebody's like, okay, I need a solution. I need to buy something. And this is where, for example, Google ads come in handy. Like, hey, I need a dentist in Sarajevo right now. And then you come at the top. That ad is like always obviously just hitting intent, and then you can expect really really soon a conversion from that person. Okay, the classic mistake: judging a top funnel channel by bottom funnel metrics. For, like I mentioned, TikTok didn't drive sales. Well, boss, it wasn't supposed to. It was supposed to bring awareness or bring people to the website, and then the website needs to convert. Okay, so how AI is changing the game across all of them. Search is AI answers, don't have those links. I mean, is that's changing, but with AI answers, there's no any of those links. There's just an answer, and whatever that answer is, you want to be there. Zero click is rising. Yesterday on the session with the MC, we explained what zero click is. GEO and EEO is matter as much as ranking, definitely, and it's getting increasingly more important. And this is what FlyRank is all about, and we'll cover that. Content is just producing content. Like obviously, if you go to tools like Higgsfield, I'll put it here. So Higgsfield, it's not it's a free. Sorry, it's not free, but it's good. It's really good. But you can use ChatGPT or Gemini to create images and then create ads out of those images. Canva is free, so producing content is either free or nearly free. So you have to figure out like what wins rather than how to create something. It used to make it used to take weeks, months, and thousands of dollars to create a video. Now you can do it like in an hour just using AI. So but you have to have taste and you have to have knowledge on how to find what works, because if something looks nice it doesn't mean that it's going to work. It has to it has to work in order for it to work. But once you have data what works and know how to analyze it, then you'll figure that out, and we'll cover that in the future. So ads, their algorithms, how they target customers, that has changed completely. And creative and offer beat many audiences. This is true. So yeah, your ad and how it looks and what it says is how we do targeting. And everywhere else, I mean, AI changed personalization completely, turning Google Search Console and analytics data into decisions fast. I mean, everything has been changed by AI. How you create email copies, how you create email audiences, how you create analyze data, everything has changed. When we go in more into these tools, then we'll see the use cases of AI in every single one of them. So what FlyRank leans on? FlyRank runs meta ads, cold email, LinkedIn, and the core product is content, of course, SEO and AI search visibility, but you also have a referral program and get clients through partnerships. We are still scaling. We are a small team. I would say like 3 people are like fully on FlyRank marketing without like any other uh, things. But honestly, with 3 people, you can do so much work. So we're still scaling and figuring things out. But yeah, we want to find the gaps, and that's where you come in. Uh, I have created this task or this assignment for you, and it's basically like find a niche channels FlyRank isn't using yet, but where its audience actually is, and pitch a few to test. So we are looking to find a channel, find I don't know, something where we can put FlyRank on and then we will get customers from it, or at least the awareness stage. Somebody will become aware of us. We'll get backlinks from that channel, or somebody mentions FlyRank in that channel. So we are trying to find ideas from you guys, because sometimes even though you know all of these things, you tend to forget, and the reminders are super important. So yeah, that would be I guess, mine request for you guys, or as an assignment. So yeah, start from what FlyRank already runs, then hunt for what is missing and where its audience actually spends time. So our FlyRank's audience is founders, marketers, e-com experts. So anybody with a website that needs to get more people coming in from ChatGPT, from AI, from Google. So those people, we need to target them. We don't need to target moms and dads with young children, for example. That's not our product. Our product is other businesses. So where other businesses are talking, what type of communities, where they are, and yeah, we wanna hit them up. Go beyond the obvious, and obviously the obvious isn't as obvious to everybody. So you can go to niche subreddits, if you're familiar with Reddit, Slack, Discord communities, industry newsletters, podcasts, forums, Quora, emerging geo AO spaces, tool directories, partnership angles, anything that we feel we have ignored. For each promising find why, uh, capture what it is, why FlyRank's people are there, and the cost and effort to show up. So kind of all of those things that we would need like before making a decision. Like, okay, we have these people here. This is what it takes to be there. This is the cost, both or in money or in time to be there to do that. So yeah, um, yeah. So keep in mind, make it short, make it quick, concise, so we can obviously read it and do something about it like as soon as possible. And yeah, hand in ranked shortlist of 3 to 5 channels or opportunities. each with rationale, effort, and cost, and one line test plan. So starting with where you would start first. That's about it. That will be the session for today and the task for today. Let me know if you have any questions. Feel free to send them on LinkedIn or on my email. And yeah, that's about it. Thank you so much for being a part of FlyRank Internship. I appreciate you, and there's many more things to come and many more things to cover. So yeah, again, appreciate you guys. Bye.